we've got tons more space up here. The land just keeps going and going and going. And then we have Loa's office over there. She's just in a meeting, so we won't go in today. Hello and welcome to my crib. This is an interesting episode of the Embodied Relating podcast with Braedy Mac. I'm of course your host, Braedy Mac, and today I'm going to take you around my home and show you how I live. So this is my beautiful backyard, and we've got the hot tub behind us here. We do a lot of wood cutting here. We have lots of fires, so hence the axe and the wheelbarrow for cleaning up the garden. But we'll leave some of that stuff for later on during the day. For now, let's take you into the kitchen. I'm just about to have my morning cup of breakfast, or cups of breakfast. I tend to have many liquids for the beginning part of my day. And this is the house, by the way. This is where we typically eat lots of our dinners. This is a sitting area where I keep trying to convince Loa to play chess with me, but she doesn't quite know how yet. I love playing chess, so anyone out there who wants to play, hit me up. We'll play on chess.com or something. This is the sitting area. We do a lot of evening talks and a lot of morning meditations in this spot here. Lots of fires. We have a fire almost every night, and that's my joy, to create warmth in the house. This is kind of the place where I record most of my podcasts, the infamous studio here. Pretty simple. I usually just kick Loa out of here and set the camera and microphone up here. That's why there's tons of cables here. And this is the library with some pretty special pieces for me. This is a bird's wing that sometimes I use for ceremonial activities, and it was nice because I actually harvested this wing myself, and I didn't kill any birds. It was actually a bird that was already killed, and the wing was in perfect condition, so I took it and fossilized it. And pretty big library there. This is probably the most important part of the house. We've got our games closet. We are huge games people. We play Monopoly pretty often. We're tied right now for Monopoly. We've both been on a winning streak, and we play Monopoly just like one-on-one, and we play often, probably a few times per week, and it's great. This is another little office. Sometimes I do some more like writing-ish work here, and we also have a bar set up over here, but we don't really use it. We're not drinkers, and it's kind of more just a storage closet for the vacuum at this point. I'll take you over here. I'm just about to have my breakfast, and I thought I'd share some breakfast with you. So I have a pretty interesting lineup set up for breakfast here, and it goes in this order. So first, apple cider vinegar, and then we go to this amazing cocktail that I make, which is aloe vera, full grapefruit juice, and some hydrogen tablets mixed with some water, so super hydrating. And then we go into the cacao, which I'll make in just a moment. And then lastly, we have the just a big 1 liter of water. I mix it with cinnamon and rosemary from the garden and ginger, and it's delicious. So we cook a little bit of oat milk for the cacao, and that's mixed in with MCT oil. And this is my breakfast every day. So lots of liquid, and this thing is the best. Those of you who watched my Instagram story and know what an adventure it was for me to get this. Super happy. I got the best one on the market. And it works like a dream. Honestly, I use this thing every day. Every chance I get to mix something, it's like an egg beater. It whips. Okay, so we'll leave that there for now. And I just want to show you guys my typical routine for morning hydration. So we usually start with the apple cider vinegar, and this stuff, for anyone who's ever tasted it, knows that it tastes pretty disgusting. So I usually take a big sip, followed by punching the air a few times. I won't do it so much today because I'm strapped up to the mic. It doesn't get better tasting, but I always follow it up with my aloe vera water, which does taste incredibly good. Very grapefruity today. So I'll sip on this before coming back to my cacao, and then my water, the rest of my breakfast. People typically want to know what you guys have in the fridge. Our fridge is pretty simple. Lots of veggies, lots of fruits. We've got an amazing juicer here. We've got just some kind of spices and other little nuts and things. We got lots of fruit. Lots of this is fresh from the garden, most of it is. And then some from the market as well. But we'll do some juicing probably later today. And then in the fridge, yeah, again, lots of vegetables. We got hummus, broccoli. This is a soup. Lo cooks a soup each night. So good. I like my eggs, although I've been off them quite a bit more recently. Homemade salad dressing, lots of hummus, more hummus, and a coconut yogurt that I often have for dessert, and lots of dark chocolate. I usually break my fast or my liquid diet with a little bit of chocolate, to be honest with you, which is great because cacao, which is, real chocolate, is chocked full of nutrients. I believe it's the most nutrient-rich, dense bean on the planet. Don't quote me on that, but I know for certain that cacao is chocked full of nutrients and tastes amazing. Okay, so let's take you outside and a little bit further on this journey. We've got tons more space up here. The land just keeps going and going and going. And then we have Loa's office over there. She's just in a meeting, so we won't go in today, but I'll show you my office and what we're working with. And here we have another guest house over there, which is kind of nice just for when people come, we can put them up. And then this is, we're doing some laundry at the moment, but usually this area's got another yoga mat here. We do some yoga in the mornings, and that can be nice to do together. We got a beautiful view, and that's the main house that I just showed you over there. We've got an orange tree there, and then a lemon tree over there, and then down here we've got some more fresh raspberries growing there. And I'm going to take you around. Okay. Over here we've got the fire pit. Sometimes I'll have some men's circles here, and it can be nice for the men to sit around a fire. This is our vehicle of choice. It's our third vehicle that we've had since being here. Our other two broke down. So yeah, this is my baby. She's been a savior. After the other two broke down, that can be pretty tough, but she does the trick. We're up a big, long dirt road, and sometimes the roads can get pretty treacherous, so it feels really good to have a reliable vehicle. This is my garden, and this is like my pride and joy. So here's kind of just plants and almost like decorative plants, but on this side I grow many veggies, and we've got tons of basil and parsley growing, and some more of these other gardens. I'm gonna turn the soil shortly, plant some probably pumpkin, watermelon, papaya, and other amazing tropical fruits. So we've got a pretty big garden here and lots of space to work with. Compost over there, big compost people. Feels good to know that most of the trash that we create, we can turn it into soil and reuse that for gardening purposes, the way it should be. You know, the way that we use waste can actually be beneficial. It doesn't have to be just a waste product. Okay, so let's go inside to my office, where sometimes we have guests, or we can have guests. There's a bed in the office as well, so I would just vacate essentially if we had many guests staying with us. This is my desk. This is where all the magic for me happens. Pretty plain, pretty simple. I've got my gurus over here, and all the great teachers. I like plain and simple desk, and the reason for that is I do a lot of writing, and when I'm writing, I'm just staring at this white wall. Oftentimes I'll lock myself in here for an hour and say, okay, you can't do anything but put pen to paper, and that forces me into a great writing routine, although sometimes it's quite painful if I don't have any inspiration coming through. But most of the time, if I commit to being here, something magic comes out. Okay, so let's head on up to the room. All right, and this is our bedroom. It can be nice to have a bath here. And totally unmade bed. I'm to blame for that one today. I was out of bed last. Usually I'm out of bed first, and Loa is second, and she'll usually make the bed. I didn't today because well, I've got no good excuses, to be honest with you. And I even knew that I'd be taking you in here and having you on camera, and I still didn't do it. That's just the truth. It always gets made before we go back to sleep, but sometimes it's first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's the last thing that we do before getting into bed. This is a great meditation spot. We sit here usually in the evening. And the greatest thing about this bedroom is in the night, it is pitch black. I mean, you cannot see a thing unless the moon is full. And if it's a new moon and there isn't much light coming from the moon, it's like completely pitch dark. You open your eyes and you would still think that they're shut, which is really great because it helps me sleep really well and really deeply. And for the bedroom, you know, the only things that happen there are sleep and lovemaking, and occasionally some meditation and reading, but it's really just a sanctuary for us to be downshifting. And so it's great to have the setup of the house like that, where some places are for upshifting, some places are for downshifting, the bedroom obviously being the latter. Hello, you beautiful souls. Thank you for listening to the Embodied Relationship podcast with Brady Mac. I want to introduce to you a program for those of you who are in relationship, who are potentially married or just in a longer term relationship and might be feeling stuck or uncertain or simply craving more intimacy in your long-term relationship. The program that I would love to introduce to you is my signature program, which is the Embodied Relationship Council. And this is a journey where you get to embark on opening the heart and exploring the power of mindfulness, emotional healing, as well as the science of lasting connection. And it's not just about the spark, it's about creating conscious love that evolves over time and actually thrives with more time together. And so this is a space for conversation for you and your partner to come together and to experience what it's like to grow together in love and understand the warm, loving embrace of each other's souls. Through the joys, through the challenges, we learn how to overcome all of this through conscious love. So if you're craving a love that really feels like home, a connection that nourishes your heart, I implore you to check out Embodied Relationship Council. And let's deep dive into your soul's growth, your soul's liberation, and the magic of conscious love together. If you're interested in joining the Embodied Relationship Council, click the link in the show notes, and I look forward to seeing your application come in. Peace and love, everybody.